Hey, welcome back to Blueprints. It's day 21 and we are still in our own estate. Yeah, there are like still a few questions left, and by few I mean like a lot. Okay, I completely forgot that we had the sauna last time, but still, let's explore. But before we do that, I have like a few plans for today. Obviously, we still need to reach the pump as well as the boiler at the same time. We kind of need to connect them. We still need to drain the reservoir. There's some other things that I realized like while editing. And there's like one other thing, like for some reason I'm really struggling with the family tree. I don't know why. So here's another thing that I should have noticed like long ago, and that is the fact that for some reason I thought that Herbert and Clara Epson were married at some point. But that's actually wrong. It's kind of something I noticed when I was looking at the ballroom, because I was like, you know what? Why was Simon and Clara out like the same photo? It was like, yeah, obviously, like you can just have like a family photo, but it was kind of weird why this is like the prominent one. So I checked the family tree again, and obviously those two are married. Simon and Clara are married, and they are our grandparents. So the question is, was Herbert ever married? And why did he become the Baron? That's like the next question. I'm actually not sure about. I don't actually know how the inheritance of titles works. Obviously, Herbert could just decide who gets his title, apparently, which I think is rather fascinating. So I think he was the only Baron. Like, Simon wasn't a Baron, I'm guessing, because why didn't he inherit? Yeah, give that away as part of his inheritance, or whatever you would call that. It doesn't actually matter right now. There are just like a few questions that are still left open. I also noticed when I watched the ballroom again that, you know, I could see a reflection in the floor, and I thought, you know what, I didn't pay attention to reflection, and neither did I pay attention to the ceiling. I never do that, you know, gamers don't look up. I kind of want to do that with starting now. I don't know if it's going to be important, but for now, let's just look around. Okay, I kind of hoped for the, what's it called? The trade thingy. We can just look into that one in a second, right? Like the trade room. Just because I still need to do that. We could go for the schoolhouse and could try to get like the different classrooms. That wouldn't be like the worst idea, right? Two-Shed obviously would give us items, but we don't really need that. I feel like our goal is going to be to get as many new items as possible. I'm gonna check inside just in case there's like an item laying about. But I don't think so. Right, like this the old one, we have Herbie here, so, you know, a great uncle was taught in here. I'm guessing that that's the Herbie that's inside of there, because otherwise we don't know one. But I feel like that's kind of it. Just checking if I can interact with anything. I mean, we've kind of explored this one before. Right, like this is the gas thing. So we're going to just leave it at that and explore normally. This again might just be one of those runs that might be way too long like last time. For some reason, I did not expect to have like a 2-hour run there. But apparently that was just it. So, next thing is we still need to go and reach the foundation again. Mainly because we moved the gear in a wrong direction. So we can't actually use the shortcut now. And I want to get the shortcut so we can basically jump into the estate from wherever we want to. Which would be quite useful. Anyway, we are going to go with the old strategy that I had. Wait, we want to start with the library, because if we get the library and then a nook afterwards, then obviously we can continue. Also, there should be a book, right? No? Okay, no, last time we had like the stars. I guess we haven't had the library since. We don't need a code check, right? Like the basement key seems to be kind of useless at this point. We've been to the basement from like every direction. Do you want to... You know what? I'm gonna take the storeroom. That's fine. I don't really want to waste the hallway here. So let's quickly get those items. Let's see. Still nothing new. Also, I noticed that in my notes, I don't actually have like all of the different paintings yet, and maybe that might help us. For some reason, I didn't write down 2 of them. We need 8-3, which would be this tile here, where we need to look at the pictures again, and 6-1, so this one, behind my cam here. But otherwise we like kind of have everything else, but I feel like having those letters might help me piece together the solution. Otherwise, you know, I mentioned this, I could just write like a little bit of code that would like randomly assign like every single letter that is possible, and you know, I could just quickly glance at it and maybe I'm gonna find something that makes sense, because obviously at some point I'm just gonna have to guess. But yeah, okay, let's check out the last room. Reading log, no, that's like a terrible position. Security is kind of wasted, but like all of them have like a wasted slot, so I'm gonna take security. Because, you know, it's security. Why wouldn't I pick security? Let's be honest. Okay, let's go inside. We've had Swimboard, we've had the fixed stars, the history, pump system, drafting strategy. Yeah, so Sightseer's Guide is the last one that we have not had yet. Number 124, okay. Also, I kind of want to recheck the notes up here. Just real quick. Statistics, room 46, total stars 7. I know that parlors, we still need to solve them twice for another trophy. 1 red letter. We have like only 1 letter. There should be 8 if I recall correctly. Also talking about like a lot of stuff before I forget. Let's first look at the scrapbook real quick, because I wanted to look at my contraption here. My favorite, yeah, boiler is great. I want to have 2 boiler. Contraption. Shovel and compass is the dowsing rod. Okay. There are 8 contraptions, I think, if I saw that correctly. We have 3 stamps. Swim trunks for 40 gold. Oh, it's kind of expensive. I didn't remember that. Rotunda, okay. So, we do know that we still need the magnifying glass for some letters that I couldn't check the stamp on. But that's beside the point. There's actually one other thing that I want to do today. If I see the next clock, it should be like around 9 AM by this point. I want to go outside at around 11 AM, because that's like in the... Okay, I am going to switch over here for a second. There is the song that we have found, like the 8 notes that we have found. And here's the interesting thing. In the 8th one, there's something written, and it says, a message read is often lost. Among the bold words spoken soft, the note is read, the letters not. I am not sure if that means... No, it doesn't mean that, because in the very beginning... Okay, I should probably clarify my thoughts. My thought for a moment was that maybe they're like 10 pages, but this can't be it, because in the very beginning we found like 4 of them, and it said that half of them were lost. So we only have like 8 pages, and it makes sense because we have a message there with like the 8... what do you say? Like the 8 pages, and the 8 words that we found basically tell us there are like these 2 rocks near the white trees, and this is going to be important. But there's like more to it, because it also talks about stones being cut by hand and letters wrought to spell a secret carved from thought. And there are like 10... A message read is often lost. So there are like 10 messages hidden about. And one of them is probably connected to those rocks, because we've also found a rock next to it which had an L carved into it. So I'm guessing this is going to be important somehow. Ha! Bookshop. That's a new one. Books for sale. I mean, I'm taking that one. Huh. We're going to learn a lot of stuff, I'm guessing. Okay, I can add you to my notes in just a moment, but first let's read. Reddington Herald. A new clo is sold out in hours. It should come to no surprise that the latest book from local author Marion Marigold is breaking literary records and making headlines even in absentia. The release of her new book, A New Clue, comes only 14 months after the distressful report of the author's mysterious and unexplained disappearance. Her current publisher has issued a statement debunking the conspiracy theories surrounding the book's recent announcement, stating, "The writing of the book was completed and well into the editing stages many months before the disappearance." In addition, the publisher has revealed that all of the proceeds from first edition sales of A New Clue will be going to Lasting Hope, a non-profit organization that aims to provide resources and intel in the investigations of missing persons. Still, the timing and conveniently mysterious title of Marigold's 3rd book has left many cynics denouncing the book and the disappearance as a cheap publicity stunt. Detective Bon Margel, we've read that name before, he was here in the estate, who many theorize may have been the inspiration for A New Clue, was quoted only saying that the book was unintentionally accurate. Regardless of their opinions, fans, pundits, and cynics alike were standing together, elbow to elbow, in bookshop queues this morning, eager to get their hands on what may be very likely be the last words ever published by the missing author. Yeah, I mean, our mom is still missing, so that's important. So maybe we can buy that here? 50, ooh. First edition? Is that the unedited version? A New Clue? The Curse of Blackbridge, Realm and Rune, Drafting Strategies Volume 4 and 5. They are cheap. Oh! Books purchased in the bookshop will be permanently added to the library and available to check out on your next visit. Oh. I for some reason thought they would be maybe in the corner of the room because we've bought it, but I guess we can just extend the books that we can borrow, so we still have to go through a lot of runs to continue with this. Okay, security is the last room that we can actually use. That means that we need a lot of keys and stuff and good rooms in the near future. Bedroom, archives, the pool. We need the pool to get the pump, like the pump room. Yeah, so it's good that we are getting this one already. But while we're at it, I should have probably started with this a little bit earlier. Let's do the first estate inventory. 2 trunks. Yeah, those are the ones in the water probably. I'm guessing that they refill every single time. Got system security level low, and offline mode is going to be unlocked until we find either a key card or the other room. Also, I'm still confused about this, right? Like, why was there a circle on there? Why is this so important? Is that a window or is that like a painting? I think it's a window, right? It's not really clear, right? Like the thing like in the very middle. Either way, we still don't really know about any sort of passwords that could help us here. Maybe I should have left the pool drained. Anyway, let's start on this level here. Reading nook gives us a second library and also a key. We need a key. That's great. Let's get you, and I'm gonna continue over here as well. You're turning to the right though, this is annoying. But we want less common floor plans here, so I kinda have to take it. This is kinda important. Ooh! Oh, we can instantly read it, that's nice. A Sightseer's Guide to Reddington. Yeah. Laurie, Lord Evanson. Babbage? Evanson or Evan? Wait a second, Evanson. They're not related to us. Why do I know that name comes, like, it seems kind of familiar. Let me check my name list here. Evanson. Lord Evanson, also the estate, was hunting and is the visitor of the guest bedroom. Okay, we don't really know anything else, but this is an 87. But the letter itself was kind of recent. If I recall correctly, weren't they didn't they miss the opportunity to actually go hunting together because, you know, of the health of Sinclair? I don't actually recall anymore. I need to check the next time I'm there. Anyway, A Sightseer's Guide to Reddington, a modest account of our town by Sir Andrew Dale. Introduction. The third largest city in Fen areas and site of its former capital, Reddington is synonymous with mountains, mystery and magic. Most tourists head straight for the boardwalk and don't get much further than the botanical gardens. However, Reddington has much more to offer. Spectacular scenery, a historic castle and a charming underground bazaar reward visitors who wish to explore further. Reddington is that type of unique, enchanting place that lingers in your mind and memories long after you leave her. Okay, we did know that we were in Fen areas, and it's the site of the former capital. gonna write that down like real quickly. The Botanical Gardens. Reddington's. I'm gonna have to hide my screen real quick. I'm gonna click through here. Okay, let's try this again. The Botanical Gardens, and I also saw like a map, which is going to be really important in a moment. Reddington's most popular attraction and a guaranteed crowd pleaser, the Botanical Gardens is loved by both locals and visitors for its azure canopy house and mausoleum, its petal-covered trails, and a mind-boggling variety of flowers. This is the reason springtime in Reddington's busy season. Oh, that's the reason springtime is Reddington's busy season. Okay, I did pass that incorrectly in my mind. Situated just east of town, the Botanical Gardens offer a scenic and captivating tableau of natural countryside. A cobblestone trail meanders past over 1,000 species of tropical plants, each remarkable in its own right, yet even more stunning set against the spectacular backdrop of the Reddington Mountains. Allow yourself at least an hour to indulge in this picturesque walk, which concludes at Mainway Station. Ilex ex Misservii VI. A specimen of holly is unique to Reddington's mountains. This one does not look like the plant that we have had before, because maybe we can learn about like the botanical garden, figure out like the term in there, and solve like one of the paintings with that. Featherfall Keep. You will find sitting at the base of Mount Perma, Reddington's second highest summit, a historic site described by scholars as significantly important to the realm's past. Featherfall Keep, the former home of Lord William Epsom, has until recently always been a private residence, serving as a family home to the Epsons since before the Third Era. I remember like in one of the letters that our mother talked about something, but that doesn't really matter here, I feel like, because her husband / our dad wasn't of royalty, to my understanding. So yeah. After the death of Lord Epsom, his oldest son Lionel Epsom, who is inside of our notes here, left the estate never to return. However, the daughter stayed maintaining the residence of it and its staff until her marriage in 1951. At that point, Featherfall Keep ceased to be a family residence. It began operating as a historic house, museum, and tourist attraction, and the estate was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1972. I mean, yeah, that kind of makes sense, since Lady Epsom lived inside of this estate. It is still believed by many that Featherfall was built by the first king of Orinda Aries when Reddington was still the capital. However, surface documents containing conflicting dates have recently cast some doubt on the long-standing myth. Trinsdale Lake. Close your eyes and imagine tranquil, serene stillness, rolling fogs, clear water, and gliding swans. In the midst of all that beauty sits Trinsdale Lake, one of Fen Area's premier vacation destinations, exclusive for its more privileged citizens. The lakeside resort and cabins have been frequented by royalty and the realm's gentry for generations. However, on the southern shore of the lake, tourists are free to enjoy the views and rub elbows with the rich and famous in the 100 Bells Tea Room, which is open to the general public for lunch on Mondays and Fridays. We do know about the 100 Bells Tea Room. There was a note in the basement. Where did I write that one down? There was like a note saying Sandy Heights at 5 p.m. On a 100 Bells card. So I'm guessing this is like the 100 Bells that had like a teapot on there. Doesn't really help us here, sadly. Mount Holly. At an elevation of 11,220 feet, Mount Holly is the tallest mountain in the Reddington Range and the highest peak in the entire realm. Beyond the physical challenge itself, climbing Mount Holly Trail is a beautiful experience and one that many hikers and explorers will want to do at least once. It's only a few hours from Reddington to get to the trailhead, and you won't need any local guides or special gear if you tackle the trail during the summer season. However, those willing to give this mountain a significant amount of planning and research will be greatly rewarded whether or not they actually summit. On the opposite side of the peak, far from the trail, rests the estate of Mount Holly. Nested between the summit's northern slope and saddle, this 80-acre mountain residence is almost as old as Reddington itself. However, unlike Featherfall Keep, the property has been completely private since the closing of the Mount Holly schoolhouse in '66. Interesting. Still, hikers will be able to appreciate the house's unique architecture at a distance from one of the trail's many north-facing overlooks. Okay, that's actually important. Give me a second. This also just means that Reddington is like on the opposite side, basically, to my understanding, like in the south of the mountain. Mainway Station Bazaar. For the sentimental tourists wishing to pick up a souvenir to remember their stay, one might try braving the Mainway Station Bazaar. But don't be too hasty. Without proper guidance, the Mainway Station can be a dangerous place. Located underground, this unique marketplace was once Reddington's central railway station in a time when the Realms trains were still in service. Now the turnstiles, footbridge and platform have been appropriated and turned into a cavern of tents and torches. Whether you are bargain hunting, looking for adventure, or finding a memento to commemorate your visit, the Mainway Station Bazaar will be a worthy conclusion to your sightseeing adventure in Reddington. Okay, this is the map that I wanted to talk about. This is Mount Holly. This is Reddington. Still like 100 bells? Wait a second. Didn't they say we are to the north, right? We have to be to the north of the mountain. But they also said the botanical gardens are to the east, right? Okay, so to me that doesn't fully make sense. Like, this map doesn't really make sense. Because we are seeing the mountain to the south, which means like the estate should be like down here. This is the bazaar, this is the Mount Perma, yeah. Because I said that you can see on the opposite side of the peak, far from the trail, rests the needles between the summit's northern slope and saddle. Did I read something about like east? I'm just gonna accept that here. I feel like some of the locations could still be important. There's like the river. I am currently not quite sure how this... Like, I feel like this map should be flipped. Unless like the estate is like somewhere here, like closer to Reddington. But I thought Reddington was on the other side of Mount Holly. So this map should be, you know, like a south north flip basically. It's also not that important, I don't think. I mean, I have like all the text in front of me when I read it again later on. But either way, let's use a key here and hope that we can actually get something, because I feel like we've not had like the biggest luck here. Gallery? There's a puzzle inside of here. We've not had the gallery yet, so I love puzzles, so we have to get that one. Also, it's like a way that we can get more stuff here. Okay, this is the gallery. Christopher Manson. I do know about a Manson, but I don't think... What's his name? Christopher Manson? I feel like I've read the name Manson. I'm currently looking through my notes here. Manson. Evanson, Thompson. Might not be too important. I thought maybe... Who was the editor? Okay, it's probably not that important for now. Acrylic and oil on canvas. Stop sign P. Shouldn't this all be kind of red here? Right, like, I feel like the stop sign should be red, like we have a fire hydrant. Why is there a P? I could see red apples, red roses, like the card tends to be kinda red. I don't know what to do here yet. I'm gonna not click anything. Actual objective? Very? There are like a lot of eyes. Also Manson. Okay, a collection of Mount Holly. Why can I click on stuff? Okay, infinite. The sins plus hubris? Kind of? Envy, lust, wrath. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so they are just called something else here. Like I would have expected like pride here and greed instead of avarice, but that might just be like the version that I know. It just looks really weird when I get like close and like look to left and right. We have a shark on here. Infinity with nails inside? Why? Maybe we're overthinking this. There's 2 boxes. Maybe there's a trunks I could reach? I feel like this is one of the... Yeah, I want to say. I read this one, like, thick on, like, one of the security cameras. I was, like, so confused by them. I think this is this room. A critical canvas. Collection of Mount Holly. Okay, why is the K small? Why are you holding them like that? Ah. What happens if I click anything? P, T. Okay, I am confused. I can kind of change letters here. Five-letter word. Maybe it's like a 5-letter word that's important. Actual objective. Like red doesn't really fit here. Red P, red. Like I am not sure what they want from me here. I am guessing that I can like add some some letters here. This is probably like a word puzzle where like there's a word associated with like this image here, and I can kind of figure it out by selecting a lot of stuff. But I like, unlike logic puzzles, those are actually not my forte. I have to say, even if that's sin, infinite sin, sin. Shark? I don't get the carpet. Genuine? The actual objective? I have no idea. Maybe let's do the thing that I actually like doing first, where I'm looking around here and maybe find like some more rooms. We kind of need a hallway. I'm just gonna explore a little bit more, and like at the end I might revisit this because I have like no idea. Why is the K small? Like not bold. It's not bold. Pratt? Oh! Oh, I get it. We have to figure out... Oh, yeah, the painting name. Okay. I was kind of confused why it suddenly said something, but this is what we have like over there. Pratt. Can't be lake. Why? It makes no sense to me. Maybe if I have like hours upon hours to look at that and relook at it, maybe. But for now, I'm just gonna leave. We have like more than enough steps to return at some point. There's like a lot of stuff that I still have to find. Again, like I need to look at some of the paintings. By the way, this might probably be one of the reasons why I'm struggling with the regular painting puzzles as well. But for now, I want a parlor. The nursery could be a great buff though, but the issue is that we only have like one pathway currently, so I kind of want to have like a second one just as an option. And we can do like a simple puzzle, okay? Simple puzzles, I love them. Wind up key, what do you want to know? This statement is of no help at all. The gems and the black box. This box and the blue box are both false. This does not help. Like at all. Okay, this box is false, like as a statement. Is such a paradox. Because if this is false, then it would be true, and if it were be true, then it would be false, right? So I don't know how to deal with paradoxes. The gems and the black box. The statement is of no help at all. Oh, wait. Actually, this is actually not the worst thing. It would be like a paradox if it was just talking about itself, but that means if they are both like they can't both be false, because if both are false, then we had like this paradox that I talked about. But if only one of them is false, then this can be false and the other one has to be true. So this has to be true. The gems and the black box. And this one doesn't actually matter here. Because, you know, otherwise it doesn't work. We have like a paradox. Like if both of those statements were false, then the statement would automatically be true, right? Like the statement would be true, which in turn, you know, would be incorrect because the true statement says that this is false. So we have like a paradox. So this cannot be the truth. So one of them has to be true and one of them has to be false, because otherwise this doesn't work. They can't both be true, but because if this one were true, then it would have to be false, right? So the blue boy has to be true, and the blue one says that it's in a black box, and this one doesn't actually matter here. Yeah, exactly. See, easy puzzles. Barely had to think about that one. Yes. This is a lot nicer. Okay, I need something to go to the right, probably. I could take the closet, but I feel like the boudoir would be amazing here. Just so we have like more rooms to check, and we also can get the dice over here. Also, this one's actually, you know, at the edge of the estate, and I remember looking at the picture, I was like, oh wait, this is a picture where it's at the edge of the estate. Which means like the positioning is kind of like here, and like the Christmas tree is here in the middle. It doesn't actually help us here. It's just something that rarely happens. We also can't interact with any box here, and I still don't really know about this one. Like the only code that we had found that actually helped us was for the outside. Like the other codes, like the one code that we had found otherwise was on like a red sheet, and that obviously was wrong. So it doesn't actually help us. We still need to crack all of those saves, and I don't know how. Am I taking it then for 2 rooms? Yeah, sure. That's fine. We don't need to re-roll here. That's completely acceptable. We get like 2 free nice rooms. I'm not gonna take the bunk room. I'm gonna take the closet. Getting some dead ends here is fine. Ooh, metal detector. That's great. More keys. And a regular key. Is that a regular key? Okay, we have the car and the card. We have a classroom. Yeah, we kind of want that one because we started already, right? This is kind of annoying because we can't redraw. But it's okay because like the rest would also be kind of a waste. So I'm gonna take that one. This should be grade 1 again, yeah. This is our planet, which obviously isn't, you know, quite our world. I've mentioned this before. Can you find the difference? How nice, we found the difference already. This is grade 1 still. We're probably going to have like the same sheets. Your favorite color's red. From Caleb. Caleb really likes red, yeah. So I figured out, maybe they just didn't have like the proper crayons for this. I feel like I've written down all of those names already, so it's not like that important. They also like red. I guess everyone just likes red, right? Yeah, red. Read. Something I didn't really pay attention to, but like everyone seems to like red. Yeah, this is everyone's favorite color. This seems to be rather typical for the kids here, because we had it before, like even we really liked red in our past, and this is like the flag of all of fan areas probably. So it's not too unlikely. And the colors are just wrong here. This is a mini globe where everything is wrong apparently. I guess compressed textures and all. We still need to find like the other rooms, which should be possible now. Which is nice, and we might be able to learn something new. Just something I didn't really pay attention to, so it kind of makes sense that we as a kid really liked the color red as well. Anyway, we have more rooms to check out. I'll probably run a little bit. And there's still a safe that I can't do anything with. Please, free me. Okay, this one's locked, but we have to use a key. Do I really roll here, or do I just take the chapel? We have 2 re-rolls. Nah, chapel is fine. I'm gonna take chapel. We are losing a little bit here. There's no money over there. That's fine though. And that at least guarantees that we can continue. The gift shop again. The gymnasium. Wouldn't be too bad. We have like enough steps, so I don't really care. Yeah, it's going to cost us like 3 steps in total, because we obviously have to enter as well. Ooh, money. We need a lot of money for the bookshop, so we should probably save up. I'm gonna stay on this level. If... okay, this one's free, so I'm starting with this one. I am going to take the corridor here, because we can quite easily reach like this area here. This one would bring us further in. And also it's free, right? Like, it's a free room. Now that we have that one courtyard? Yeah, I'm taking the courtyard. Let's see. We also have like a trunk that I don't want to open. At least for now. Sadly, there's no sledgehammer here. Can I open one of the doors? No. Do we take the gym room now? Yeah, I would say yes. Just because it's less likely that we need keys, even though it's like kind of expensive. I mean, obviously we need a key here, but like afterwards. Another classroom. Oh, we can't really take that one, like positioning wise. I mean, we can still come over here from the courtyard. So let's do that. At least find like a few more classrooms. This should be great too, yeah. And we get like 2 steps back. That's nice. Classroom puzzle, can you find the difference? It's nice that we have that one. Mathematics. Oh yeah, we have like the colors here, that's neat. It's like kind of a hint how the other puzzle works, like the math puzzle in the billiard room. Great too. Let's see what we can learn here. Oh, this is the worksheet that we found in the locker. Find each sum without the sign. That's why the colors are so important. Okay, so this is 7, this is 9, this is 4, this is 1, this is... multiplication is pink. Okay, so 4, 12, that's just 10, that's just 4. I mean, it doesn't really help us here. I'm guessing they're just teaching us here. Look at the colors. Okay. Oh, that's not good. I'm sorry, Rob. That's a B minus. Jenny W. Okay, this is just so we can learn about that. That's the hall pass. You will not lose steps traveling between 2 adjoining hallways. Hallways drafted from an adjoining hallway do not cost... Ooh. We've not had that item before. We read about it like an episode or 2 ago. Penelope? B+? Something's wrong here. I guess this just kind of helps us figure out like some of the puzzles. Maybe one of them might help us figure out a little bit about like the paintings in the gallery. I hope, because otherwise I am, you know, I'm just gonna be struggling for quite some time. Ooh, hidden note. Attention, Mrs. Hannah Peterson. Hannah. Wait, do we know that name? Is that like one of the new teachers? I do remember Peterson somewhere in my notes. Let me quickly scroll through. Mrs. Peterson, yeah, future principal of the Reddington Elementary. And whoever was like the previous teacher had to remember to give her her gift. Okay. Hannah, after a few false leads, I managed to track down one of the old textbooks from your list. The original compendium was in archival storage on a restricted floor of the campus library, to which I fortunately still have access. However, I'm devastated to report that the pages 36 and 37 pertaining to your query had been removed. It's such a shame that the progress of higher academia is consistently thwarted by the political whims of the CBE. I don't know what the CBE stands for. Are they the people that, you know, redacted everything? Maybe? I'm gonna figure it out at some point, probably. If you wish, I can transcribe the surrounding pages and send them to you, but I don't believe there is any mention of the course of any kind in their text. Course? Like the course in the sigil? Maybe? Yeah, they're called course. Well, interesting. There's also no stamp on here, so we don't even need a magnifying glass. Okay, I can work with that. It's going to be expensive to leave again, but we are learning so much. I mean, would be nice to find like the rest as well relatively soon. I'm gonna use a key here, but we need more keys. So I'm gonna take the billiard room, because we definitely need it. Nothing here. Not even a salt shaker. Aww. Well then, billiards. 16. Where's the 8? 11. Oh wait, no, it's 10 times 10, so 100 divided by so 5. 323 minus 3. Okay, so still 20. 60, so 10. Oh, silver key. That reminds me, this is the silver key, leads to a room with many doors. Like we saw in the... I forgot what the room was called. The drafting studio or something like that? Where we got like another blueprint. In that one there was actually the Great Hall. And for some reason I didn't recognize it. So that was something. Sauna, spare room. I'm gonna redraw here once. Give me something that lets me look around. I mean, dining room isn't too bad here. We get a lot of steps if I take that one, so I'm gonna take it. Also, you know, gives me something else here. Items, 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 my items. I mean, first of all, let's get the box. I hope it's not... Oh, it seems to be the box. Also, I misread the name here. Enjoya lunch. This is the name of the angel, I'm guessing. Joya. Actually, I'd like added that one into my list already, but for some reason I didn't recognize that while recording properly. Okay, we already get those 10 steps. We don't know what's inside of here, but we can get that one rather quickly, so I don't really mind. Yeah, let's take this one. Utility closet, or the... I'm gonna take the bedroom instead. Utility closet would be nice, but it's like not the most important one here. Huh? Did I hear some beeping? Did I imagine that? I probably imagined that. Okay, and this is the card from Reddington again. We've seen that one a lot of times already, so I'm not like too worried about anything here. Wait. Should I use a special key? No, let's use a regular key. I hope that this is not going to be the end. No, the classroom actually leads the right direction. I like that. Issue is going to be that this is the last key, basically. Would be nice to go like down here somehow, because we're missing like the entire left side, like the entire west side. Yeah, so classroom. Might be the end. Ooh, magnifying glass. Is there something I need to check? That I need to inspect here? Don't think so. Jacob. Oh, first of all, I should probably look at that. Fun. Yeah, this is nice. It's like a hint how to read the laboratory. What it means. Science is fun. Classroom puzzle, can you find the difference? I like that they're kind of teaching you like that. Nothing too interesting. There's the periodic table again that I can look at. But there doesn't seem to be anything too secret about it. At least not something that I can find early. Science workshop. Direction. Use the elements below to form the answers to each question. H2 in liquid state is called teardrop. I mean, yeah, not quite. So water, yeah. Wait. Oh, ER. Okay. H2 in solid state is called ice. We can do that with those. H2O in gaseous state is called STE AM. Okay, that's the AM. And so there are definitely solutions in here. Oh, water ice, Mrs. Peterson, disrespectful. By Quinn. Do I recognize any of the names? That's the question. Also, I like that we are getting apples here. It's the worksheet again. Okay, anything hidden about? Doesn't seem like it. 2 out of 3. It's called gas. We don't even have a G in here, please. Isn't it? Which grade is that? Grade 3? Seriously? I am disappointed by the state of education in this state. Some flowers. A little ram. I mean, science do be fun. I hope that I don't need a key here. Okay, I don't. Oh! 8 redraws! Wait, how many? Oh yeah, because we had the library. We had the Nook, the library again, so those are 3 already. We have 3 classrooms, and we have the pool. And 1 more, probably. Doesn't actually matter, we can re-roll a lot. Do we want to re-roll here? I would like to go further, like a straight path. Boiler room though. Pump room? Boiler room lets us go straight ahead and gives us power as well. Do I want to redraw though? I have so many redraws. Now I'm gonna take the boiler room. Like, it's not too unlikely to find the pump room afterwards, so... Is the power still usable? No, I need to flip you first, just briefly. So now we have power, and then I can go to the right and activate you. And then I can flip you over again and use the door, assuming that the door actually lets itself open, yeah. The garage, actually. Or the dark room. Okay, here's the thing about the garage. We are getting 3 keys, so we can continue up the courtyard. And we wanted to know what the garage does when it's powered anyway. So I am actually taking that one. It's kind of a waste of a lot of rooms. There's metal here? Oh yeah, obviously there's metal here. Oh, it's powered, so I can use that. Even without the breaker box, I'm guessing? I'm guessing that's what the power does. Chris, that's the first time this one that you had a car thing on. Yeah, we had that one. Anything else in here I can pick up? That's interesting that we can leave like that. It gives us a shortcut to like the beginning, but that doesn't really help us. I don't think that we can use the car without the keys. I mean, I don't even know if we would be allowed to drive, so... Okay, so I'm guessing if I power up this room, then that just means that this is an alternative to the breaker box. But we have 3 keys now, that is very nice. I'm gonna check outside really quick. We are kinda deep into the estate here. So this should be a long path. But this one's still closed. Okay. That's acceptable, I would say. There's still the ladder that I don't really know. Like, we seem to not be able to use ladders anyway, so it's just nice to have, I guess. Yeah, and this would be a shortcut. Okay, I kind of expected a little bit more, but I guess it just opens the garage. Huh. Well, that's kind of a waste of a boiler room then. Should have maybe taken the dark room, huh? We live and we learn. Let's flip this one over again. We don't need that room. Close off. You know what? I'm gonna actually leave that one open. Doesn't actually matter because we can just open it the next time I am here, or like the next time I draft this room. And this allows us, I don't know, if we somehow manage to get outside, then we can go via the garage to come back. Doesn't really seem like it's going to be helpful in any way, shape or form, but you never know. Okay, the question is, I'm going to go to the courtyard. Should I go back instantly after I open this one? Do I want to use a... wait. No, I'm not going to use a special key because they don't work here. Greenhouse, East Ring Hall. Gonna take this one. Also, which... I actually need to check my list again. There were a few rooms that I didn't know about, like when it comes to the pictures. It's... okay. It's 8-3 and 6-1, so... yeah, I feel like 6-1... wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... it would be garage. Wait a second, I'm gonna have to go inside of here to get like the steps. It's like not the most important thing, it's probably kind of a waste to do that. Okay. The hall pass doesn't actually help us here. Also, there wasn't anything in here, that's fine. We are going to eat the fish. Dinner served. Have dinner. That should help. I'm gonna go back because I didn't actually pay attention to the paintings. Maybe it's going to help me a lot, so I should probably do that. The bedroom doesn't actually cost anything, so I don't mind. Let's get over here into that room again. Are there... oh, it's a tub and the vial again. I still don't know how they are related to each other, but I'm not sure why it's not in my list. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's in my list, I'm just in the wrong room. I'm at rank 5. Okay, I miscounted. So like this room above me is the one I need. Wow, I am great at counting apparently. Really doing the job here. Whatever my job may be. Sure that there isn't anything I can pick up? But I guess not. Okay. I guess it's just time to return to the room that we were just in. We wasted a few steps, but come on, we have like 50, 60 steps left. I am not too worried about like running out. Let's go back to the courtyard. I'm still not gonna open this one, and we also don't have a shovel, right? Yeah, no. It's kind of surprising that we have... like, we are kind of struggling with keys, even though we have the metal detector. Don't know why, but this one's just open. Taking the pantry for a little bit of money. Doesn't actually hurt to have that one. A little bit of money, 2 steps. Gonna take this one here. Sure, let's open this one. It doesn't actually matter which room we're getting. Showroom. Can't use that one. The office to spread some money around. We need gems. We've not been in the showroom yet, right? There's also luxury items, and I don't really have like a lot of money anyway. I also noticed that we are kind of struggling. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna take the utility box. The rest doesn't actually help us here. But, and I'm saying we're struggling, but we have like double power now. First of all, gym. We need like a, what's called, we need any sort of terminal here. And here's the interesting thing. We can actually get a terminal relatively cheaply if I go via the garage. Or could I just... I mean, it's slightly cheaper to go outside maybe because I want to check the garage anyway. Yeah, let's do that now. I kind of need to get some gems here, and it would be nice to do that. Yeah, billiard room. Go over, let's see if double power does anything. I don't think it's going to, but just in case. You know, you never know. Maybe double power does something. This is doubly powered, this is like regular powered, and... You're making noises? But you were already open. Why was there an additional noise here? Now I'm kinda confused. I'm always kinda confused. Okay, Swan Song still the same. We don't have the car keys, otherwise it could be a bit more useful. Anyway, let's go outside. This is the west path. This one's probably still not open. Yeah, seems kind of closed. Still gonna go closer. Maybe we can do something. Right, there's like still the prophecy about this opening at some point, or like one of the gates, and us being watched. I hate it. Why did you have to tell me? Please, please, game. Why are you so cruel? Anyway, let's go over here. This should bring us west path back to the beginning, and then we can use... there's just water flowing out. It's coming out of the estate, which is interesting. Never really thought about that. Why is the water coming out of the estate? I guess just to block us a little bit. And it disappears in this rock formation over here. Also, you remember how I said that I wanted to check a place at like 12 AM and I completely, like 12 PM technically, and I completely forgot about it, and it's probably way too late now. Yeah, I might have to check later on if this expedition takes that long. Unlikely it's going to take that long. I am not going to waste all my time. I'm gonna check this one out next time I'm here. So this is security. Let's increase the security level now that we have powered off the doors. Keycard system, security level too high. And now that it's high, return. Like, now that it's high, we should be fine, I hope. We should be more likely to find like some of the security doors over there. I still want to reach the foundation, because otherwise... And yeah, I shouldn't have gone this way, or should I? I mean, it doesn't really matter anymore. I am just going to go via this path. Right, like obviously our issue still is that we kind of need to, you know, build that connection, because currently we can't reach the foundation from over here. We need to turn the one thing over there soon first. Anyway, should be possible, I hope. Now that we have increased the security level, we should be encountering a lot more doors, especially because like all of the doors have already been seen for the most part. Yeah, this way. Which makes it more likely, like, I'm assuming that it works like that, that we should be finding more of those doors now. Do I use a special key here? No, because then we have like guaranteed a locked door at the other end. So it's probably easier to just use a regular key. Okay, we can't actually use those two anyway, so I'm gonna take the dark room. And we have the utility closet right next to us, so it's actually fine. And with some luck we are going to find a key inside. Because we are still getting an item, or like are quite likely to find an item. So, dark room. Okay. That should be fine, I hope. So let's get in here again, and no item. Oh, keycard. Great. This one's probably going to be locked again. This is annoying. Crow and Crown, we've had that one before. I feel like we've definitely interacted with like all of the pictures in here. And there still isn't like a secret code that you've photographed on here, right? That could help us. Huh? Have we seen that chess piece inside of there? I thought it's the office. Is that the office? Maybe it's like another room. Just looks like it. Huh. Maybe I'm just confused about nothing here. I also can't see the other side of this picture, if there even is another side. It seems kind of wide from over here. Yeah, nothing on there. Well then, let's hope that this door isn't locked. It is locked. We can use the silver key though. Wait. If we use the silver key, we still can draft something else, right? We could take the mechanarium, because this one has multiple doors for each of those special dorms that we have. And we have like at least 2 other ones. We have the security, we have the boiler room. We have the utility closet, so 3. This would be the 4th one. So we have at least 4 rooms. And I kind of want to see this room because we've passed it up every single time until now. Yeah, there are more of them. Oh wait, this is the foundation thing. I was confused there for a second. Okay, how do those doors work? A lever on the... Huh? Why? This is the backup lever. Wait. We do know about the backup levers. I didn't know that they would be inside of here. This is locked. Wow, what a troll. What a troll. Imagine if it had been like this one at least. Well, I guess this is it. Wait. We have this one. This is open. 2, 3. Does that mean that we are just getting all the other levers? Maybe we can actually open the north door from here on as well, if we have like enough mechanics. Huh? I mean, this definitely is like a south path, but we don't have the opportunity to get any more keys, if I understand this right. Okay. And there's one thing I still want to check out actually before we end today. Also, there's like still, you know, this note that we had seen before, which still is such a troll. The memos in Hartley's room are always false, the green ones. We've seen a green note in Hartley's room, but this seems to be a red note. So this is like the double troll, so it might be true, but maybe it's not red actually. Which is kind of hard to tell. Just because, you know, the picture itself is kind of red. We've seen this one. Right, like the 1128, we've unlocked this one. This was fine. Anything else to do in here? I don't think so. Are there any rooms that I have to recheck now that I have a magnifying glass? The bookshop, maybe? I don't know if there was anything hidden in there. Oh, wait, we still have the gallery that we have to recheck. Gallery is going to be something I have to think about. And by something, I mean like a lot of things. Now I'm really wondering if this would have been worth it to open. Maybe, okay, here's the thing. Maybe I'm getting keys from the gallery, so you know? It wouldn't actually be too bad to check. Tenant. I'm going the right way, right? I could have also gone around to not waste money, but hey, who cares? It's 1 coin. It's not like I could have bought anything anyway. So over here. Okay, it's definitely not thick, right? I mean, it could be. Sten H. I mean, it would fit. Thick. I don't know. None of these words fit. It's not gluttony, right? You write gluttony with 2 T's? No, right? I wanna get those boxes. Don't really know. the actual... I mean, here's the thing. I bet that this has something to do with the color red. Because it's like so fitting, but rouge also wouldn't fit. I don't know. No. Why the P? I mean, could be a letter. If I can get an L here. A red letter. Oh wait, L. I'm gonna try. I don't think that this is the solution, but it's something that fits. I have no idea. Thick letter. I feel like once I hear the solution to this one, I'm gonna pretend that this is going to be so obvious, but I have like genuine? No. Very gen? Is that... Why the eyes? There's so many eyes. I bet it's just some pun that doesn't really make sense for me because I'm not thinking that way, I guess. Am I just leaving it? Am I going to surrender here? We have like 29 more steps. You have like more than enough steps to return, so I'm gonna go down first before I do this. Also, I might just miss something here, right? Or like find something that I've missed. By the way, I could just check if I missed like a key somewhere. That would be funny, but I don't think I would with the... yeah, we have 3 trunks and we do know what all of those are. 2 of them are here and 1 of them is in the green room. But let's first check. A new clue? They're just standing here. Mary Marigold. Don't know if the newspaper would have something in here. Yeah. And I bet that whatever I can buy here. I mean, I can get drafting strategies. Volume 4? Lecturers, I will never get that one in this run. So, volume 4. Does that mean I can now see it in here? I've already selected that one, I can't actually change it anymore. Yeah, just volume 3. I'm guessing it would just change the next time, but we've already found like 2 libraries today, so it's not going to change, I bet. That would be awfully silly. We have this one already, right? I'm just gonna recheck it again, just because I can. And yeah, there are definitely some things in here. Their trophy, Sitchets, trophies. Interesting that there is none, like no trophy for the gallery. Because like the rest has them. Are those always the same pictures? Because it seems like I can see them from here. If this is always the same one, then that would make sense if there's only one, because there's also like no specified reward. While we have one here, we don't have one with the what's it called, not the parlor, the billiard room, because there we can get like keys and we can also get items. So it kind of makes sense there. Okay, let's go outside. I don't think it's like close to midnight yet. Yeah, there are still a few hours left. Either way, I still want to check out the underground, because I want to see if I can reach the catacombs from here and from there on the tomb. I just noticed that this door opens whatever way we are looking, I think. Huh. Would be nice. Like, I still want to see how I can lower this, like, by 1 or 2 levels, because it seems like we could maybe take the boat. That would make sense, but we've not been able to lower it to the right level. I also didn't check out, like, most of the settings. I noticed that while rewatching everything. This one closed again? This one's closed again, so this is a one-way. Or maybe this opens whenever I take the tomb. Well, either way, we still can't continue from here, right? Because this one just brings us over there, yeah. Can't actually spin you around. I mean, you can spin you around, but... I mean, I could end the day, like, standing there, I could end the day after turning it into the right position, so I don't have to reach it again. I don't think the game would let me do it like that. Maybe it would. I don't actually know. Would be interesting if it did. We have this one, but we've already read that one, and it doesn't seem like there's anything hidden on here, so I don't really feel the need to recheck it. Also, it's kind of easy to reach this place, you know, starting now, so... Anyway, let's go back to the gallery, I guess. I checked. I'm going to spend like another half hour to an hour in the gallery, and if I find a solution, then you will see me find that solution, and otherwise I'm just gonna, you know, start a new day. At some point, like I mentioned this when we talked about like the game design at the end of my, like the base game playthrough, I'm gonna call it, where I talked about how I don't mind giving up on a puzzle and trying it again another time. And this is one of those cases where I'm like, okay, if I don't see it, then I don't really see a need to stand around here for like hours and hours just to experiment. I don't really feel the need to go downstairs either. Sure, but let's check out the gallery again. This should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can barely leave afterwards. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the 13th step would let us go over there, which is annoying because I would like to check the trees at like 12, but I can also do that in the next episode. So let's try to solve the puzzle room. Anything else I can do in here? Oh, wait. Before I do that, there's one thing that I actually still have to check. Log into network. That shouldn't be too much of an issue because we can still connect to one more terminal today. And I would just take the office, I think. More terminal access, yeah. And yeah, active terminals. None of them are active. I should probably get used to just using the laboratory in the very beginning of the day. That does mean that I can't use the shelter experiment, but it would allow us to have like an experiment running all the time, right? So let's still check the office door. Connecting to terminal. I just want to check my mail, okay? That shouldn't be too bad. Yeah. Spread gold, log. Wait, log into network. Now that this is active, can I not check the... Because I'm technically now connecting to the network using the other terminal. Does that work for me to check mail? Okay, so even though I'm connecting to that one, it's not allowed to do it like that. Okay. Now I know. Is there something in the glossary? Wait. Blackprint is new. Ancient floor plans from eras long past, excavated from the depths of history. These floor plans lack the colored borders of their modern counterparts. Okay. This was one of the 2 terms that was missing, and there's like another one missing that I've apparently found now. Terminal special item, such a... I don't actually know. Wasn't it somewhere around here? Mechanical? Because I don't really see anything new here. I thought it was like something between P and S or something. Sanctum? After all this rooms, there's a chamber deep underground shrouded mystery. Adorned by 8 doors. I still don't know why 8 doors. There's like also something probably important. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna go for the puzzle, maybe check like some other stuff to figure out part of the glossary at some point. Doesn't actually matter that much. We are going to figure it out at some point. I can always like reread the glossary the next time I wanna wait for something. Well, looking at this for some time and also getting up, getting a snack and all of that stuff, I have to say I feel like this might be one of those situations where I have to find a solution to this puzzle outside of this room. I might be completely wrong about that, but like the reason I'm thinking that is mainly because of the thing that I noted before, where you can see the different paintings inside of here. So I'm guessing those paintings are a constant when it comes to the gallery. And whatever I'm getting inside of there, you know, is probably going to be fixed as well. Maybe it's going to be like a red letter, something like that, something that's actually a lore item, I want to call it, instead of something like just keys, because it doesn't really make sense to have like the same exact puzzle each time. This is my theory. I might be completely wrong. I might regret this once I'm editing and maybe I'm seeing a solution. If that's the case, well then so be it. I'm gonna figure it out next time. Anyway, I feel like it's time to just end it here. I mostly was like on a pause screen, so the time hasn't even passed, which means that I can't even experiment outside. And I don't even have like the steps to check out the yellow, no, the white tree. Why did I say yellow trees? The white trees and the rock as well. I'm gonna have to do that next time, but I would say for now, and just because it bothers me, right? This is just the window behind there, right? Yeah. This is so weird that this is built in front of the window. What even is behind there? It's like something I didn't really pay attention to before. Is that just because you are currently at the very end of the... Why is something covered? Looks like some doves in the background. I don't know if I paid attention to this before, but this kind of bothers me now. It's not like we can properly see something. And again, if we find the lens again, where did we see that? In one of the drafting strategy guys, I think. It was like the one in the drafting studio. Next time I have like a magnifying lens, we can check that out again. As well as those statues. Now that I look at them again, is one of them similar to the one... This might be similar to the one that we had in the basement, right? But there wasn't a name in there as well. I'm guessing there's like 4 important other characters outside of the angels. Well, either way, doesn't actually matter that much. And again, Orinda probably would be on the other side then. Well, I'm going to be confused about that for a long time. So how about we just, you know, do the thing where I waste all my money and then get too tired to continue. Yes, we call it a day. Might be a little bit different. One of the reasons why I'm also just ending it here, like I have limited time to record, I would, you know, prefer to actually get some backlog again instead of just spending years on one puzzle and just getting one episode out of it. Right, this is like me thinking about like the productivity here, but that's something else. We had 3 classrooms and we were East Wing favored, definitely. Now for next time, we do know that the garage and the boiler room together don't actually help us that much. I should probably write that down in my notes after this episode. 3 new rooms, we had the gallery, we had the mechanarium, which again, really interesting that there's a backup lever in there. Don't really need that one though. Unless my theory is correct that at one point we have to open like all of the rooms in there, but I don't know why we would have to do that. So that one and the bookshop. Okay, those are the new rooms. The classrooms don't count as new rooms, apparently. Anyway, I would say this has been otherwise a weirdly productive episode for like the few things that we found. I hope you enjoyed. I had a good time. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be seeing you next time. Till then, have a good one and bye-bye.